The 2025 Formula One World Drivers' Championship has just been flipped on its head, and I'm about to tell you why right now. Lando Norris won this morning's Hungarian Grand Prix for the very first time, taking home his 8th Formula One victory in a Grand Prix, and he did it in very dramatic fashion, pulling off a really, really impressive one-stop race. While the majority of the top of the field was on a two-stop, he held off Charles Leclerc, who was on pole, put in a rapid lap on Saturday morning, and his own teammate, who out-qualified him on Saturday as well. Even after a rough start, falling back behind the likes of George Russell and Fernando Alonso, he was able to bounce back, pull off a strategy that almost nobody else in the field was able to pull off, not successfully at least. And with that, he showed a lot of experience. He showed a lot of poise. He showed a lot of grit and just calculated risk to be able to assess the one-stop versus the two-stop in the moment, because his team presented it to him very early on in the race, and he was able to say, hey, I think I can pull this off, was able to show complete tire management and pace control to not overcook his tires at one point or the other. And that is why I am flipping on my championship prediction. I'm an Oscar guy through and through. I haven't liked Lando the most. I think I've been very critical of him in a lot of my other videos. And he's really started to change my opinion on him. He showed a lot of poise, and he's really reminding me of like a Prost approach to Formula One and driving and winning championships. And it's an approach that works. No, that's it. Like there's no other. It works. Prost won 4 World Drivers Championships, so it's effective. He won more than, let's say, his counterpart Senna, and who had a much more Max Verstappen, aggressive, Oscar Piastri, always going for any gap style of approach. And I think it's going to end up paying dividends for Lando. I think his connection with the team is much stronger than Oscar's, and I think that showed in the fact that they even presented Lando with the option to do the one-stop. That didn't seem like it was discussed much with Oscar, and he really didn't seem like he had the tire management to pull it off anyway, because even with fresh hard tires that were, I believe, 15 or 16 laps fresher than Lando's, pushing up to the back of him, he still really never made a legit move. The 2 moves that he made were very, let's say, ambitious. Ambitious is probably the best word. And I think a little bit impatient. I think Oscar, if he would have, the move that he made, I believe on lap 66 or 67, the one where he locked up, that was his opportunity right there. That was the golden opportunity. If you just showed a little bit more patience and a little bit more poise. I know he was trying to maybe force Lando into a mistake, and that works out sometimes, but I don't believe that the majority of the time that's the way to go. And I think that he showed his inexperience in that specific moment, because he locked up his tires and he was really never able to get a legit shot to try to overtake at a track that's already very difficult to overtake in Hungary. I mean, they don't call it Monaco without walls for no reason. And so I think that this was a big win for Lando to go into the summer break. We got a month off, which, oh, thank God, man. As a Ferrari fan and a Lewis fan, good Lord, this was painful. This race was so painful, man. Like, I woke up at 7:45 this morning on a Sunday to watch this. And Lewis, I had to watch my favorite driver start P12 at a race that he has never been outside of the points. He's damn near never been outside off the podium at this race. He's got 8 victories at this race alone. And I had to watch him start P12, start on some bullshit hard tires, and just trundle around, make almost no overtakes in the first stint. Well, I don't think he made any overtakes in the first stint. He was stuck behind, I believe it was Albon. He was stuck behind Albon in a DRS train for the entire first stint. He got onto medium tires for his one and only pit stop and made up a couple places, but got back to P12. Like, what the hell? And then Charles, man, poor Charles. That radio message was brutal, dog. It was absolutely brutal. It was just, that shit was painful to watch, man. Like, I've never seen a driver just go on a rant and just go in on a team that hard for what felt like 10 minutes straight. He just dogged on Ferrari, and rightfully so, I believe. I don't think that they gave him a fair shake at potentially trying to win this race. Charles is never afraid to go bold with the strategy, and it doesn't seem like Ferrari really supported him with this opportunity. And who knows when the next time, or if there will be a next time this season, to get an opportunity to be on pole and win a race at a track that is very difficult to overtake. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. It is so painful to watch. This is like self-torture. To any of my Cowboys fans, to my Knicks fans, to um, my Yankees fans, or any of these historic franchises who haven't been able to do fuck all in the past like 30 years, it it is like painful to watch. I understand your pain, and I won't talk shit ever again about like specifically Cowboys fans and probably Knicks fans as well. I just I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. Like it caused me physical harm this morning what I watched. Like for Charles to start on pole and finish off the podium, for Lewis to start P12 and finish P12, like it was painful to watch. Like it's just the lack of hope, I think. It just, and then to see him be so dejected after qualifying and after the race, where he's just like, "Oh, it's me. I don't. Already told you how I feel about the sad boy shit. It drives me up a wall, man. I hate listening to it. It's so annoying. Like, it's like I need Lewis to take this month off to like. Y'all remember the Lion King when Simba went to like the ancestral plane or whatever after Mufasa died, and he was talking to him and he was like, "Remember who you are." Like that's how I feel. I feel like Lewis needs to have one of them moments where he needs to go do like sit in a cave and like tap into the ancestors, and they need to grab him by the arms and just like shake the shit out of him to the point to where he's like, "Remember who you are, bro. You're a 7-time world, should have been 8-time world champion. You've won 104 races. You got 108 pole positions. You set every record that has ever existed in Formula One, dog. You are the guy. You're the GOAT. Act like it." Like, I swear to God, Lewis, you'll probably never hear this, but on the off chance that you do, from one of your biggest fans, bro, remember who you are, bro. Act like the champion that you are, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. Is this what Ferrari does to you? Like, it's just beaten and broken down. And we're one race over halfway through the season. So we got a whole nother half of the season of this, man. Oh my days, bro. I can't take it. Like, I can't take it. To my fellow Tifosi out there, man, we got to band together, man. We got to do something. We need a support group or something. What Drake say? I need a support group. Like, there's no ribbon or support group for anything that is that you get from supporting this damn team, bro. When does it pay off? When does the loyalty pay off? I know I'm new here, so I feel bad for the people who have been watching this shit and have been supporting this team for their entire life. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you're still here. It's been half a season, and I'm ready to like self transition at this point. Like it is bonkers, bro. It is mind boggling the stuff that we're having to deal with right now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this upgrade, but it's feeling more like a downgrade. And the saddest part about it is that was the last major upgrade for the rest of the season. So this car is not going to be much different for the rest of the season. I'm hoping that it's track specific and that maybe we can get some better performances, specifically on Lewis's side of the garage. Charles is fine. I know he had a tough day today, but he's fine. He's had 5 or 6 podiums this season. He'll be absolutely fine. But Lewis, man, I need you to figure it out. I know the cars and the way that the cars drive will be different next year because they won't be ground effect anymore. We'll kind of go back closer to how things were in the previous generation of cars. But right now, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. And it is gutting to watch. Absolutely gutting to watch. Anyways, there were some really nice performances from some names that most people are not too familiar with. The casual fan is not really familiar with this, and I don't think the TV broadcast does enough to really highlight some of the drivers who are performing well in the midfield and at the back of the pack. You can only do so much with the machinery that you've got. So I wanted to shout out Gabriel Bortoleto. He had a great race, finished in P6, his highest race finish of the season. He was the F2 world champion last year. And, hey, man, Sauber has been quietly, very quietly doing their thing. Nico's podium 2 races ago. Now Bortoleto finishing in the top 7, getting good points for this team. That was a big deal. The 2 Aston Martins, where the hell did they come from this weekend? Finishing 5th and 7th with Alonso and Stroll, respectively. Shout out to them, even though I don't really care for either of them particularly, but you gotta respect it. Alonso was like a fucking moving chicane out there this weekend. He just was holding up everybody. He held up the entire field from 5th place on back. I don't know how he did it. Shout out to Liam Lawson, who seemingly found his form in the last 3 or 4 races after getting dogged out by Red Bull earlier this season. The rookies, man, they have their moments. You know, they do rookie shit. What else did we really expect? But I think that they've showed a lot of character and a lot of resilience to be able to bounce back, specifically talking about Bortoleto, Hadjar, Lawson, who, let's be real, this is Lawson's rookie season. Antonelli's still having a rough go at it, but I think that he'll be okay. I just think that Mercedes just pulled the trigger too early on Antonelli. I don't think that he was ready. I think that they should have given him a little more time to develop a little bit more in the lower level open wheel series before they brought him into Formula One. They pretty much just threw him into the fire, especially with a teammate that has as much experience racing at a high level like Russell. Tough day at the office for a lot of the the top drivers. Verstappen, tough day for him, finishing 9th. I can't tell you the last time he finished that low without some sort of car issue. The car just wasn't there today. Yeah, it was just a rough day overall for a lot of the top teams. Mr. George Russell, Mr. does absolutely nothing and ends up in 3rd place on the podium. I was fully prepared for Charles to just T-bone and spear him into turn 1. And when he got past, I just knew he was. Just the frustration and the vitriol that you could feel Charles have. I just thought he was like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to take both of us out because I can't bear the fact that I started on pole and I'm not even going to finish on the podium. But he got a penalty. I don't think he gave a damn about it. Like, getting a penalty for erratic driving is crazy. Like, that's like some shit that you would get a ticket for on the street. I mean, me living in Houston, more people need to get tickets for that type of stuff. But, yeah, it was overall a tough day for me as a fan, but I think it was a good day for Formula One. McLaren has a lot to think about as far as who they're going to favor moving forward. I think they do have the pace and the championship chokehold to be able to kind of let their drivers duke it out for the rest of the season. But we'll just have to wait and see, man. We got F1's going Dutch when we come back from the summer break in 27 days. I'll be back to, cover things and stay in the loop as far as what's going on during the summer break. We might see a couple of moves as far as drivers or team staff, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date on that. But until the next time, appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure to follow me on all my socials and tune into the next one. Have a blessed day. Peace.